Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Holly. Today I'm kicking off a fun series that is highly requested. I am going to be doing my favorite Etsy sticker shops. So once a week over the next month or so, I will be doing a video featuring some of my favorite Etsy sticker shops. I did decide to do it as a series so that I could keep it a little shorter. I filmed one and it was so long. I'm redoing today's video because I had already, and that was only a few shops. So I decided this had to be a series, otherwise you guys are gonna be here for 2 hours because I have a lot of shops to talk about. And then also that means I can add to it over time. So I can create a playlist. I'll go ahead and do that with this, starting with this video, and maybe I'll update it once a quarter with any new shops or new favorites that I'm finding out. So I will be trying to do a different category each week. This week will be my true top longtime favorite shops. Next week's gonna be some other just generic favorites, but maybe I haven't used them as much or planned with them as long. Then I'm also planning on doing some of my favorite shops for functional stickers, some of my favorite shops for planning on a budget, and some of my favorite shops for planner accessories like washi and clips and things like that. But if there's any other categories you really want to see, let me know and I can try and stick them in a video as well. For today's video, we're gonna go with my favorite tippy-top, longtime favorite top 7 Etsy shops. 7 really because there was a natural demarcation in my mind, and also I am weirdly obsessed with prime numbers, if you don't know that about me, so we're going with 7. And then next week I am gonna feature some other favorites as well, so definitely make sure you tune in for that. But let's go ahead and get started. I will try to tell you a little bit about the shop, how to buy from them, any tips for getting it on a discount, and what I really like about the shop basically. So no further ado. I feel like if you watch hauls on my channel a lot, you can probably guess who my number 1 and number 2 shops are. Number 1, I think, has to go, drumroll please, to Two Little Bees. I love Maria's shop so much. I think she makes amazing stickers. She is definitely a longtime favorite. I probably don't actually use her kits as much is maybe the number 2 shop, just because number 1, she doesn't release quite as many kits as some other shops because she is I think she has one person assisting her, but she's mostly a one-woman show, and she also does a ton of attention to detail in the way she uses clip art, so it takes her a while I think to put together kits. So she doesn't release as many, and then also I'm a crazy hoarder person and I hate using her kits because I love them so much. But when I was looking back on my spreads for 2016, 2 of my top 3 favorite spreads were Two Little Bees, and that was the time I realized okay, this is probably my favorite shop, and I should not be not buying her stuff because I just love her stuff. She has impeccable quality. I have had one issue the entire time I've been shopping with her, and it was that she forgot a clip in a mystery box. She never has incorrect cut lines. She always remembers, she just has really, and anything that does go wrong, she has amazing customer service and deals with it crazy fast. So I love her stuff. She does sell everything a la carte, and she does have glossy and matte. I personally like her glossy a lot better than her matte paper. I think she was trying to figure out how to change her matte paper, but for now, I think her glossy is a lot better quality, and it's Two Little Bees has always been on glossy, so when I think Two Little Bees, I think glossy paper. She does also sell vertical and horizontal, so I typically get verticals because that's the way I plan, but if you are a horizontal planner, she has stuff for you. And what I think is really special about Two Little Bees, I'm friendly with Maria, so I've chatted with her a bit, and she one time said to me, she really she wants her kits to look like if you didn't have the Two Little Bees on top, you would still know it was her. And I think that is so on point, and I think that is totally the style she's able to create. If I look at this sheet, I instantly know this is Two Little Bees because it has the clipboards, it has the really cute little date covers that she did kind of creatively, has the prints dropped into the half boxes. So I love that about her shop too. I think she has such a specific style. I think Two Little Bees works best for white space planning. She doesn't offer as much she has more washi strips in her kits and things like that, as opposed to stackable washi to finish out a scene, if that makes sense. So I really think she works best for white space planners because she has so many flags and half boxes. I think that her stuff looks really nice when you're just letting it breathe a little. And I just personally think she does florals particularly well. I have a kit I just picked up. It went up in a haul this week. I am obsessed with this kit. I love this. This is just classic Two Little Bees to me. It has the bites, it has the ampersands. Yeah, I just love her stuff. So she does sell her stuff a la carte. I won't go through the kit formats in this video, because if you want to see, like, you know, just watch my hauls. But she does, like I said, sell her stuff a la carte, so you can always kind of design your own kit format, which I think is awesome. My tips for buying from Two Little Bees: if you are in her Facebook group, she does announce discount codes occasionally, and she often does discount codes on the first day of new releases. And in addition to being in her Facebook group, I believe those also either go out in a newsletter, or she'll have them actually posted on her website. She has both a Shopify site and an Etsy shop, at least I believe when I'm making this video, but I personally always shop from her Shopify site because I think she stocks it better, and also you earn points, and I really like earning free points. And I know it's also better for the shops, so I try to shop on Shopify when I can. And yeah, I think her kits are stunning. Some of my favorite spreads have been from her. So speaking of, let me go ahead and show you some spreads I've done with Two Little Bees. So one of my favorite spreads that I've done yet this year was this, which is her Winter Blooms kit. She actually just released a Spring Blooms version of this kit, which I picked up, of course. This is just like really, I think it's just such a demonstration of how she combines really different clip arts into a totally unique kit. Like, even if other people use these florals, they wouldn't have combined them with like the geo patterns, and it just turns out super cool. And her kits are really big. I was actually able to stretch this kit into 2 additional spreads, like in my personal and my traveler's notebook, which I thought was pretty cool. And this is another example of a spread I did with hers. I always love Two Little Bees kits because they force me to be a little bit more creative. This was a weird week because I was traveling a bunch and it was my birthday week. So I took one of my, a few a la carte sheets I had from Two Little Bees, like these full boxes, this deco with like the traveling, and I combined it with some functional stickers from another shop and with just like washi to make this beautiful spread for my birthday week. I just thought this was so fun for like a week I was traveling, and it just really was more creative and more different than I normally, just like a normal standard planning. So really loved this. And then finally I'll show you one other, because this was another one of my favorites from the year. And that is her original version of her Hello Spring. At the time, I wasn't as in love with her functional stuff, so I actually supplemented the headers and checklist from Scribble Prints Co. And but all the full boxes and half boxes and deco were from Two Little Bees. And I love how I layered these washi strips. Like I said, it just kind of forces me to be a little bit more creative than I normally am. And she just re-released this kit, and she might be restocking it. So if you want to do a similar kit, definitely check that out. I did pick it up again because I'm a crazy person and I loved it. I would, in general, she is ready to ship, so if you are trying to get your hands on her, definitely join her Facebook group. Maria always jokes that she's not like great about posting on Instagram, so the Facebook group is definitely the best way to get info on her shop. She typically does new releases either Monday or Friday nights, like at 8 p.m. Eastern, but just check her out and you'll also be in the know on discount codes as well. So love Two Little Bees, definitely one of my top. So if Two Little Bees is my #1 shop, I am sure some of you guys can guess what my #2 is, and that has to go to Little Miss Papery. I love Little Miss Papery. I think that she is a totally different style from Two Little Bees, like a lot more, like almost like a fun style. Like if Two Little Bees is very girly and sophisticated, I think of Little Miss Papery is very fun and colorful and printed, but I love her kits and I think they're totally functional. She's another one, has like a very specific style, and I'm just really into it. I have like her Enchanted kit here. In terms of the Little Miss Papery shop, she does also sell everything a la carte, and she has horizontal and vertical kits as well as glossy and matte. So you can kind of make your own, you know, whatever you want. I think her full kits are crazy generous. You can easily get 2 full Erin Condren weeks out of them. I've actually done it before, and because you get like 2 sets of headers, 2 sets of checklists, 2 sets of date covers, some extra full boxes, like you just get so much in her kits that it's easily spread out to 2 weeks. But she's also recently introduced a mini kit that she says she's gonna be doing for her new releases for the foreseeable future, which I think is awesome. Her mini kits, this is actually a horizontal mini kit that I shared in a haul this week. Her mini kits have everything that you could need for white space planning except for headers, and you can just pick up your headers a la carte, or if you already have some that you could pull in, you can use those as well. So I love little Miss Papery's kits. I also really love her functional stickers. She has a ton of really fun multicolor stuff. I think her big laptops are some of my favorites. She also has really cute laptops. She has all of these in like glitter and solids as well. I love her me time stickers too, and she always includes these in her kits, which is why I don't use as many from my multicolor, because I pull them from her kits a lot as well, but I really love those. And then she also has these awesome little, if you're just looking to try out her functional stuff, she has these little multicolor samplers. I believe these two are like the older format, but then she has like these newer format ones that have the big laptop, have me time. I love her wind down stickers, girls night. I love her workout stickers. I forgot to pull those out. But you can get these in a variety of colors. She has them in like Roy G Viv as well as some neutrals like you see here, and you can either get them in glossy or matte, but I think they are an awesome way to try out her functional stuff, which I do really recommend because I really like her functional stuff, and I just think it's a lot of fun. Puts the fun in functional. Oh my god, I'm so cheesy. But I also would recommend checking out her shop for $2 Tuesdays. On Tuesdays she does both double points and a $2 special. Most weeks. She doesn't do it every week because like if she gets behind or anything, but and she'll often do like glitter headers, or recently she did TVs and I picked them up. She'll do like a lot of functional stuff for $2 on Tuesday. And Brittany is awesome, and if you email her and put, you know, and give her the details of your order, she actually will hold your order, like if you, or combine your orders, like if she hasn't shipped it yet, and you placed like an order on $2 Tuesday, but then you order new releases on Fridays, she will combine those for you if she can. And you can actually just email her in advance, like if you know you're gonna wanna like place another order and you wanna save on shipping, just email her when you place the first order and be like, can you hold it? And she'll totally do it. So I think that's awesome. Little Miss Papery also has an amazing mystery box. I won't talk too much about that because it can kind of be hard to subscribe, but I will say if you're interested in it, definitely check out her Facebook group, which is where she posts updates on when new subscriptions are open. Her Facebook group is a lot of fun. She just has like, she's like one of the most active shop owners in her Facebook group, and I think there's just like a clique of girls, like clique sounds negative, but just like a group of girls in there that are just so much fun, and like everybody ribs on each other, and like it's a really fun vibe, and sharing sneaks and finding out about deals or anything like that. I think her Facebook group's a lot of fun. So Little Miss Papery, definitely one of my longtime favorites. I love her stuff. I'm so glad I discovered her shop. She is another one with Etsy and Shopify, but her point system is awesome. You can earn points if you do reviews and for buying and referring and anything on her shop. So I recommend Shopify for her as well. I will go ahead and show you some spreads that I've done with her kits. So here is a fairly recent spread that I did in February, and this was her lovebirds or feathers kit. I forget what she called it. The kit, if you search on my channel, I was actually able to stretch all the leftovers for this. Even though it's like an extended spread, I really brought it up and down, added so much in here. Even given all that, I was still able to get another spread out of this. So I think her kits are awesome, and I loved how this turned out. I'll show you another example. This was a super fun Plan As I Go style spread from last year, and this was her bloom kit. I loved this kit, and I just loved this. This was before she had date covers and washi in her kits. And then here is one of my top Little Miss Papery kits. I just thought this was such a fun combo of colors and clip art, and I just really like that. That's another note, I really like how Little Miss Papery uses clip art. She'll often take a kit that like a lot of people have done, but she'll do it totally different because she won't include like the, you know, fashion girls or the like double box or whatever the you know, feature du jour is she'll do it something different and it'll turn out really, really cool. So I love this spread. So yeah, Little Miss Papery, awesome shop. If you haven't checked her out, definitely give that link a click below because you will not regret it. And so the next shop I'm gonna feature is probably my OG favorite sticker shop, which means a lot of you guys can probably guess, has to go to Scribble Prints Co. I am like a forever lover of Scribble Prints Co. You know, I think sometimes I come off like critical of her stuff because I've just loved her for so long and I always want, and I think Andrea is such like a trendsetter in the community that I always want to like see her pushing to like be even more awesome, and I think she does do that, especially with her kits. She's now getting a lot of kits that have exclusive artwork and she's really maximizing the value. She like a few months ago stuck an extra glossy sheet of stickers in her kits and she didn't increase the prices. So I think that is awesome. I really like Scribble Prints Co. I've had nothing but great customer service from them, and I really like them. The other thing, in addition to her kits, my like hands down favorite functional stickers that I use the most have to be Scribble Prints Co. I don't buy as many these days because I have such a stash built up. You know, in the time before kits, you really had to have a lot of multicolor stuff because you would just buy like separate full boxes and you didn't have like every kit didn't have weekly ombres and sidebar headers and habit trackers and every checklist under the sun. Like a lot of that stuff didn't come with kits. So at the time I had built up a pretty big multicolor collection. But I have not, and so I haven't had to replace a lot of it, but you can see a lot of these sheets are very well loved. My Scribble Prints Co. headers, I still have all of her old monthly color stuff. You know, if you were a longtime follower of this channel, you know I bought Scribble Prints Co. monthly color stuff every single month, and I have a lot of it still, and it's awesome when you have a kit and you want to bring in some extra stuff. I just love having it on hand. If you don't have a lot of that built up, because she doesn't have as much of this in her shop anymore and she's not doing monthly colors, but she does do the Color Club subscription, and I think if you're someone that's trying to build up your stash of multicolor stuff, maybe because you don't want to be buying a new kit every week and you'd rather just pull from like what you have, I think the Color Club subscription is awesome for that because you get a lot of stickers and it's all very functional focused. But I don't subscribe to it anymore because I have so much multicolor stuff, I just didn't need it, but I do think it's a good for that if you need it. Her habit trackers are my favorite habit trackers. I just think her fonts that she uses are my favorite fonts. Her hearts to me are my favorite hearts. Just, you know, it probably has something to do with nostalgia, and she was like the first shop I really loved. But I also just think it's like a super clean font. I love that she used caps. I like her colors a lot. I think she's really good. And then her kits are awesome as well. This was originally a mystery kit, but then she reformatted it and brought it to the shop. So I picked it up. It's this beautiful New York kit, and this is an example of one where she got some exclusive artwork done from J. Crew Plans. I know for all of her mystery kits now, she's using exclusive art, which I think is awesome. Her mystery kit value recently has been amazing. You get a full kit for the normal price of $30, which is what they are in her shop. But you also get a bunch of extra sheets, and often some of the extra sheets are like double boxes that you can help extend the spread over 2 weeks. You can easily do 2 weeks with a Scribble Prints Co. kit, especially if you pick up this glitter add-on that she's adding for all of her kits now. It lets you stretch the headers because you do get 2 full weeks of checklists, but you don't have 2 weeks of headers, and so you can bring in glitter headers one time and you get some extra functional stuff as well. So I think she's awesome. She's definitely one of the priciest shops out there, I think, just flat out, and especially because, you know, in comparison, let's say to Little Miss Papery, who her full glossy kits are $28 and the Scribble Prints Co's are $30. So they seem pretty similar in price, and both of them have a ton of stickers and you can do, you know, 2 full weeks with them. But Little Miss Papery has a lot more discount codes. Just, you know, Scribble Prints Co. does have one in her, I believe in her YouTube channel. She does like 15% off over 50. But for example, Little Miss Papery I know has been doing like every Friday has been doing like new releases for 20% off. So if you subscribe to her newsletter. So I think that's just an example, like, and it doesn't have to be a certain amount. So I think that's just an example of, you know, she is a little pricier. I do think the quality is there. I think she stands behind her stuff. If there's any issue at all, I've had, you know, an issue or 2 in the past, and I write to her and she deals with it super promptly. So yeah, I am definitely a longtime fan of Scribble Prints Co. Will continue to buy from her. I have probably bought a little bit less just because I've discovered other shops, but still think she puts out some beautiful kits, and I think her mystery kit subscription especially has been killing it lately. So yeah, check her out if you like functional stuff or if you like pretty kits. Oh, the other thing I'll mention, one more thing, is that she does have mini kits as well. So if you are a planner on a budget and the full kit price is a little too much for you, or maybe it's just too many stickers, I think her mini kit format is awesome, and I would definitely check that out as well. I really think it's really awesome that she's doing this. Scribble Prints Co. new releases, best way to find out about them is via Instagram, and I have post notifications on because I like to see whatever Scribble Prints Co. is up to. And they're almost always noon on Fridays, but you know, depending on the week, she might not be doing them, or you know, something could change. So always follow her on Instagram to check that out and be able to see sneak peeks. And I almost forgot to show you guys a spread from Scribble Prints Co. So I'm pulling out an old spread because I think it's an example of the perfect, like the exact style that why I liked Scribble Prints Co. to begin with. This was like her darkest night kit, and I thought this was so cool. I used it for a week. I was going like out to a cabin with like a ton of stars with my friends, and it was so perfect. I just love this. But like you can see here, I used to do a lot of no white space spreads with Scribble Prints Co. kits. I think actually, yeah, the week before, this is another Scribble Prints Co. kit that was no white space. I've moved away from that style a little, but I think if you do like no white space, you can't go wrong with Scribble Prints Co. She definitely tailors to that crowd. She still has a lot of printed washi in her kits, which I think helps you get this effect. But her spreads can totally work for white space as well. This was a mini kit I got that had, and then I also picked up the glitter extra, and you can get a totally fun decorative white space spread with those mini kits as well. And I loved this for New Year's Eve week. I thought this was super pretty. Loved that. So next up is a slightly different sort of shop. This is Coffee Monsters Co. And I am sharing right now my little sticker book that I have for all my Coffee Monsters Co. emoji stickers. So Coffee Monsters Co. is a Canadian shop that is run by a teenager named Helen. She's amazing. She's super friendly, such a sweetheart. And she's also like 16, and she runs an amazingly successful sticker shop. I am so impressed with her constantly. She does all of her own art. She hand doodles her emojis. Her kits are hand painted. She's so endlessly talented and organized, and I'm so impressed. I first got into her because of her emoji stickers. I am obsessed with them. As you can see, a lot of these are very well loved. I just think they're so fun. They almost, to me, replace functional stickers in certain spreads. Like, for example, instead of putting down that I want to do laundry, I could take one of these stickers here and mark that down and just like write laundry next to it, as opposed to using like a standard laundry basket kit or laundry basket sticker from a kit. So I love her in place of those. I especially love her for like more white space and plan as I go style spreads and memory keeping, because she has some really funny like side-eye style ones, and I don't know, I just really like her. The other thing I'll mention about her is she does have an awesome reward system. So she is on Etsy and Shopify, and on Shopify you earn points like normal, and you can always redeem those for a discount code. But then she also has a second reward system where she has these beans. I haven't had a chance to take it off my most recent order yet. And you collect the beans. I have this one I need to turn in soon. You collect the beans like on the little sampler that comes with your order, and you can turn it in and you'll get a free sticker sampler, which I think is awesome. So super fun. So always hang on to your beans. But yeah, I got into her first for the emojis, and I love my emojis. Obviously, I have like an entire book of them. I just think they are such fun little character stickers. But then I also really love her kits, and I don't have one on hand, but I have used one recently that I can share. And this was basically her Valentine's themed kit, which was also kind of Parisian themed. And I love this. I think her kits are actually very functional, but like especially the art that she hand draws. So she hand does the full boxes, all these deco. She did all of that herself, this bottom washi. I think it's stunning. I think she's so, so talented. And again, you're getting unique kits that you're not gonna get anywhere else, which I personally really like for just, you know, for the kits I'm gonna buy. You know, when it's a kit that like is the same clip art that every other shop is using, it's kind of like, okay, you know, I gotta decide which shop I wanna buy it from because I don't wanna buy it more than once. But when you buy from shops that do their own art, you know, number one, you're supporting an artist, which I think is awesome. Number two, you're not gonna see it anywhere else, which I think is really cool. Definitely something I look for, and I just think she's so talented, so beautiful. There was another kit as well that I used from her. So this week ended up being a little bit of tough, like I had a kind of a bad family week, but so that's why it's not filled in, but the art itself is just stunning. I think that she did this girl that came like with a collab with little Miss Papery, but then all of this was from her shop, and it was kind of a fall themed kit, but I just loved it for winter as well. And another example of just how unique her stuff is, and here you can see how I use my emojis in the spreads. Like when I'm watching TV, I just use a little TV emoji, or when I need to clean up, I use the little duster, or getting coffee. I just think it's a lot of fun. I just think this is so, I think she just has like awesome stuff. She has a lot of functional stuff as well, but I definitely gravitate towards her for the emojis and for her kits. I just think she's really talented. Her kits, she does sell, I believe she sells at least certain pages a la carte. All of her stickers are on matte paper, and she really just does vertical. She does have mini kits that you could use in the personal spread. Those aren't as much my favorite. I think her full kits are probably my favorite. I'm sorry I don't have one to show you here, but they're very functional. You get a lot of stuff. I think she's really targeting the white space planner, just because I think that that's like how she plans. She has an amazing Instagram. If you don't follow her over there, I definitely suggest checking it out because she is so talented with her handwriting and how she puts together spreads too. And yeah, and she is another one that has a pretty active Facebook group. She always posts sneak peeks there, and she'll also, she has a discount code for her Facebook group too. So definitely go check that out, and I definitely recommend Coffee Monsters Co. And next up is a shop that may surprise some of you that she made it into the top. But this was another one where when I looked back on my spreads for 2016, I loved every spread I did with her stuff, and I just have been trying to pick up all the kits I love from her, which is Shop Jessica Harts. It's just, I love how she does certain kits. Some of her kits, I'll be perfectly honest, are not totally my taste, but when she nails a kit, she like hits it out of the park. I think she makes stunning designs. She uses florals really, really well. I just love how she brings different clip arts together. She always includes a little bit of glitter, but not too much glitter in her kits, and I find her kits very functional. You can get some add-ons that really let you stretch it to 2 weeks if you wanted to, but if you just want a basic kit, she has a great format and a very affordable format. Her glossy kits, I believe, are $21 without any of the add-ons, and I find that, and it's like 6 pages of glossy stickers, so I find that to be very affordable, and you get a super full decorative spread with all of that, and you'll still have leftovers, but you can also pick up add-ons. She has add-ons for like glitter headers and deco and regular heart checklist, because in her kit she only has the ombre heart checklist, and I think now she's doing those all on one sheet. She'll also sometimes do the double box as like a separate extra you can pick up, and I picked this up to like coordinate with another shop's kit because I just thought it was awesome how she used the clip art. And yeah, I just love, she has these beautiful, she does a lot of like soft colors, muted colors, really different colors from other shops that I just think end up so stunning. And I find her kits really functional as well. I think she makes great kits for white space planning because she uses a lot of like printed background stuff. Like they look really nice when they're on a background of white space. All of her kits, she uses different fonts to try and match the vibe of the kit, which I think is so cool. And she also pays a lot of attention to like her ombre heart checklists. She'll always put something like different. Like sometimes she had one recently that was like a moon or lunar themed kit, and she had the hearts, instead of hearts she had moons, which I thought was super cool. And she just, I love this wood grain. I love this kit. I gotta use this kit this summer. But yeah, I just love her stuff. I think she's awesome. She has a great format, and like I said, I've loved all the spreads I've done with her. Let me show you some. Here was this amazing kit from last summer. I hope she re-releases this because I love the mason jars and the string light washi. I think this is so cute. This is an example. She has this adorable little mason jar as like the checkbox. I think that's so cute. And she's got great date covers and just a lot of really functional stuff in her kits. There's one more kit. I'm trying to like find it. I don't remember what month I did it in. Oh yeah, this one. And this was actually her matte paper, and I really like her matte paper. So I might order her matte stuff in the future. By the way, she does offer glossy and matte, but then that's pretty much the only variable. Like she only offers vertical. She does offer a mini kit or her full kit. I don't really like her mini kit format if I'm being honest, because she doesn't have a full 8 half box or a full 8 full boxes, so you can't really do like a full Erin Condren spread. But if you're looking for a personal kit, that might be a good fit for you. But I think her full kit is affordable enough that you should check that out. I found out all my information about her shop from her Instagram feed. She posts a lot of shop updates and has gotten into a pretty regular restock schedule. So if you, like Fridays, I believe at, I think it's noon I think it's noon Eastern time, but follow her on Instagram and she'll restock a kit like twice, but she does operate on a ready to ship model. So if you know you really want a kit, definitely get there early and on time so you can grab it. But she does tend to bring, unless it's like a limited edition mystery kit, she will bring it to the shop at least twice. So you can grab your hands on that. I also love the format of her monthly kits. They're super functional. She was like one of the first monthly kits that I fell in love with. And I just think they're really awesome. It, you know, depends on whether you like the clip art for the given month or not. But if you do, I think the function of them is just like on point. They're really, really good. She also does come out with functional items in her shop, and these again are not constantly there. She kind of restocks them intermittently, but I really like them. If you're into glitter, I would definitely check her out because she has these awesome boxes. She has, these are like the rose gold or copper she calls it, and the gold, and she does them in like tones. And I really like that she does more like, instead of doing like a Roy G. Biv color scheme, she'll have like a pink sheet and a gray sheet because like those are the colors that I use the most in planning for sure. And then she'll also do seasonal things. I haven't even used this one yet, but this was like her February glitter sheet, and she had one for March and April that were great colors as well. So she doesn't have a ton of functional stuff in her shop, but the stuff she has I really do like. And yeah, I just think she's an awesome shop. I love every kit I've used from her. Oh, I have one more spread to show you. Hold on. This was like one of my favorite Plan As I Go spreads, so I have to share this with you. I picked up the glitter header add-on for this kit, and I just love these soft neutrals. I thought this was so, so pretty. I love this. I love this so much. So, so beautiful. So if you have not checked her out, definitely do so. She doesn't do a ton of discount codes because she is ready to ship and she tends to sell out, so I don't think she wants to like accelerate that, but she has a YouTube channel where she shares her own Plan With Me's with her kits, and then she'll also do a new release video every week. And in the box, in her description box, I believe she has a code that's like 15% off 50 or more. But her kits are really affordable to begin with, so I don't know that you necessarily need one. But if you're looking for that, definitely check out her YouTube channel and follow her on Instagram for updates on her new releases. And the next shop to share is another one like Coffee Monsters Co. in these flip books, and that has to be Once More With Love. I love, very similar to the Coffee Monsters Co. emojis, I love the Once More With Love munchkins. I use these a ton in my Plan As I Go rewind spreads. I also sometimes use them in my regular spreads too, but I think they are just like, I love these cute little like fat babies. I just think they make me so happy. They're so freaking cute. I have 2 full sticker books, and I have more that I haven't even been able to put away yet because like I haven't even had a chance to put these away. I love her stuff. I think some of my favorites, she has really awesome exercise ones, like all her running and lifting, and she has this new sheet that I really love. I think those are great. I'd also really recommend her for her travel sheets. I picked this one up for New York, and I haven't used it yet because we haven't gone back yet, but I think when we do, she has these for a ton of different locations too. And I just think it's, obviously it's cute to mark down what you're gonna do, but it's also like a fun bucket list, you know, like to mark down the things in the city that you wanna see. I think that's really cool. She is a Canadian shop, but her shipping's super fast and she has impeccable quality standards. So she often has oops bags. If you follow her Facebook group and on Instagram, she'll announce that she has oops bags, which are like mistakes bags, but they're almost like, they're like near perfect, and they're an affordable way to try out her stickers for the first time if you're not sure. She does have these new characters that are like Button and Cork. I'm not sure which is which, but I like the original Munchkins the best. I just think they're so funny. I particularly love her. She has a bunch of like sassy stickers like this, like IDGAF. I think these are really, really fun. And she does a lot of seasonal ones as well, which I always love pulling into my spreads. But yeah, I just like, if I could capture my life in Munchkins, I totally would, because they just make me so happy. She does a lot of themed ones like Harry Potter, princesses, Star Wars, all of that. So if that's your thing, definitely check her out for those. But I just love her stuff. She does Toonie Tuesdays, which I believe she'll release a couple of sheets for $2 on Tuesdays, but she even normally, like, I think they're like $3-ish in US after the conversion, and you get a good amount of stickers here, so I think they are worth it and so fun to pull into spreads. Let me show you how I've used them before. Here's an example of kind of how I pull them into the spreads, like this pizza one, calling my mom, always wine o'clock, love that one, the cheers. You can also see I have some emojis. Her and Helen are good friends, and they've done like some collab sheets, which I love so much. They make me so happy. Once More with Love also does, occasionally does like kits, and I think right now they're more like special releases. I haven't tried out any of her kits, so I can't really speak to that. We have like an errant sticker on the fly here. So I can't really speak to those. I do have some of her, she has some washi that she does for special occasions. I can't access them right now, but she does have washis that she released, which I love as well. But I really think what she's known for and what I love her for are her Munchkin stickers, and they are just so on point. She hand draws them as well, so you're supporting an artist, and I just think she does some awesome stuff. Oh, here's another one. I used a lot of like the little like gaming ones, the eating, pizza, the puppy ones. I love the puppy ones now that I have a dog. I love the helmet, biking ones. I think those are so funny. Organizing stickers. She just has like she has a Munchkin for everything, and I think they're so fun to use as a functional sticker. They look a lot more fun than just like a regular circle icon. So I love my Munchkins, and I love Once More with Love. And the final shop to include in this video, I kind of waffled on because I said I was really only going to try and include shops that I've been shopping from for a while. But this shop was, I had shopped previously, and then she was on hiatus for a while because she had a baby, and then she came back, which you guys can probably guess what that shop is, and that is Planner Gems. And I don't care that I've only been shopping from her really for like the last 4 months. I am obsessed with her stuff. Everything she does is phenomenal. She is killing the game, and I have loved every kit I've done with her. I have been like scrambling to get like all her new releases. I think her kits are functional, they are beautiful, they are unique, and so on point. She has awesome functional stuff in her shop as well. And she has beautiful, beautiful quality and amazing paper. So her shop, she has 3 kit sizes. She has personal size, mini kit, and full kit. And the full kit really comes with everything you could ask for. You get full boxes, quarter boxes, ombre heart checklist, regular checklist, you know, headers, little things, like all the standards, date covers with numbers, which I really like. You just get everything there. And then she also has an add-on sheet. This was actually a mystery kit, but she does an add-on bundle that you can get the half box or the double box there, and then the gem headers, which she does because she's Planner Gems. Instead of doing glitter things, she does gems, which it has this shattered gem effect. I think it's so cool. I just love her stuff. I think her kits are super functional. And she has glossy paper and premium matte paper, and her premium matte paper is to die for. It is so nice. It is so soft, so easy to write on. I am obsessed with her premium matte. It is a little bit more expensive. If that's not in your budget, the glossy is super nice as well, and I've kind of alternated which ones I've gotten, but I just love her stuff. And the other reason I really wanted to include her shop is that a lot of you guys have asked me, like, what is your favorite monthly kit? Like I said, Shop Jessica Harts has one of my top favorites, and then Planner Gems also has one of my top favorites. I think her stuff is so functional, her monthly kits. They're huge, like you get a ton of stickers, but they are also really simple and beautiful and not over the top, but still really decorative. I just love her monthly kits. I think they're probably some of my favorites, or they are some of my favorites, and I just love that. Her regular kits are just stunning. Here is the kit I'm using from Planner Gems this week, and I am just obsessed with it. I stretched it to 2 different spreads as well. Those are up on my channel recently if you go look for those. But I think her kits are just so beautiful. I love these succulents. I did another spread with her back in January, and I just love these. I think this was with her mini kit, and I think her mini kit format is super functional. If you're a white space planner, you don't need to buy any extras if you get her mini kit. Like for example, the Scribble Prints Co mini kit does not come with headers, so often you would pick up the glitter headers to supplement it, but the Planner Gems mini kit has everything that you want for an entire week. So all I pulled in here was like extra icons and stuff, because I just like to use my own fitness icons, but everything else was already in the kit, which I think is awesome. So she has such beautiful premium matte paper. She's definitely on the pricier side, and I have not noticed her doing a ton of discount codes. She has a discount code in the bio on her Instagram page, but you know, that's really it. She's pretty low profile on social media. Like, she'll interact, but she doesn't have a Facebook group. She doesn't have a newsletter. So the best way to find out information about new releases with her shop is on her Instagram page. She'll post like a shop calendar. That being said, she is, I believe, taking a month off starting in April. So if you've been wanting to check her out, now is the time. Definitely do it before she goes away. I know I've been like buying more because I just want, like, I'm like, don't leave, Connie, I love your stuff. I just think she is killing the game right now with her stickers. Oh, and let me show you some of her functional stuff as well. So full disclosure, Connie actually sent me some of these. It was really nice of her, but I have been loving them so much. Connie herself is a runner, so she has some awesome fitness stickers. She has cute little sneaker ones, like she has separate sheets of just those. I love the race day ones. If you're a runner, you know, like having a special sticker to mark race day is a total necessity. She has these super cute little dumbbells. She has a really nice, softer color pattern for her multicolor stuff. These really cool cameras in different sizes and different colors. I just picked these up recently. I haven't used them yet, but these little arrow flags that are in her kits, I love those. So yeah, she just is, I just think she's awesome. She's definitely still a smaller shop in terms of not having like a ton of multicolor stuff there, but the stuff she has is totally on point, and her kits are just to die for. I just obsessed, totally in love. So definitely recommend checking out Planner Gems sometime soon if you haven't had a chance to before she goes away. So that is it for this video. Let me know what you guys thought, if there are changes you would make going forward in this series. I'm definitely open. You know, is there something that you would have preferred I covered when I'm going through these shops? Let me know. I will have them linked all below. And if I have a discount referral link or anything like that, I will list those, but don't feel obligated to use them. And yeah, like I said, really open to feedback. I do want to make this like the next few weeks. I'm planning on doing these. So if you don't like them, or if you want them to be way shorter, or, you know, cover a different topic, or I don't know, just let me know. So like I said, totally open to feedback. I did try to spend a little bit longer on these shops than I think I will on future videos, just because these are like my #1 favorites. So I wanted to show you guys spreads that I had used with their kits and stuff. But unless you guys found that particularly helpful, I probably will not do that as much going forward. But for my favorite shops, I had to get real detailed. I mean, I gotta gush, right guys? So anyway, like I said, really open to hearing whatever you guys have to say about them. That would be super helpful. So give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and definitely subscribe. Like I said, lots more to come on my favorite shops. So I've got a lot of other good shops to feature, and I'm so excited to share them with you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.